everyone, it's Letty. Today I thought I'd show you how I do my Mikan Tsumiki cosplay makeup. The contacts I'm using are the Dolly Pink contact lenses from ohmykitty.com, so without further ado, let's get into it. The foundation I'm using is the Can't Stop Won't Be Stopped foundation from NYX. I'm pretty sure it's the lightest shade, or it could be second to lightest, I'm not too sure. But I basically put it in tiny dots around my face just because I find it helps it blend out a little bit easier, and also I think it portions out the foundation a bit more. And then I pretty much just wet the sponge just so it makes it absorb the foundation a bit better and blend it out. You can use a brush as well if you want, but I tend to just prefer using sponges just because I like how they feel and I think they tend to blend out my makeup a bit better, but it just depends what you vibe with. And yeah, I'm pretty much just blending it around my face, making sure I get into every single corner and every corner of my eye, etc. to make sure I get an even out tone. Also, don't forget to do underneath your jawline because I always forget to do that a lot and it can leave massive cracks, so yeah, that's how I do it. Okay, I'm using the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette, but you don't have to use this because I don't really vibe with Jeffree Star anymore. I only use it because my boyfriend got it to me. You can use any bright coloured palette that has pinks, for example, so it should work just fine. And I'm pretty much just blending it around my eye. I tend to cover this one dominantly around my eye, and I do it up to my eyebrow and then just to the corner of my eye. I will also try and go underneath my eye, just because I tend to think it pops a bit more. Yeah, I just keep blending it out. I also find that with a lot of my cosplays, pink tends to work a lot better because it just makes your eye colour so much more vibrant and it makes the makeup so much more vibrant. And yeah, I just tend to use my finger to thin out the brush a little bit more. You can use a thinner brush, but I'm lazy and use the same one. And then I just kind of extend it out just to maybe just over the centre point of my eye. And then I'll get the darker shade and then I just blend into the tiny bit of the corners. And then I work my way back around to the bottom. You don't have to do this bit, but I just feel like it makes the pink a little bit more vibrant. So yeah, you just keep using the brush again with a sharper edge and then just keep blending it out. Next I use the white and then I just highlight the corners of my eyes. Again, you don't have to do this, but this is how I do my makeup, so if you vibe with it, then by all means do it. Next, for the eyeliner, I'm using the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I'm sorry, by the way, if you can't see how I'm doing it on that side. You will be able to see it better on the other side. It's just I had my mirror in the corner. Yeah, I tend to start from just over the halfway point of my eye, and then I basically drag it out into a much bolder line, and then I don't know how to describe it, but the corner of your eye at the end, yeah, like that for example, I flick it out from there and then join them both together. I find this is the easiest way to do it if you're a starter eyeliner like this, and then you basically just fill in the gaps between there, and there you go, it's all done. Next, for the mascara, I'm not actually too sure what brand this is, I'm sorry. It's just a random one I picked up from a Japanese convenience store. And this top part doesn't really matter too much. I only really tend to put mascara on the top of my lashes just to blend it out with the false eyelashes. But I tend to focus more on the bottom lashes just because I don't really like using bottom lashes because they stick to my eye too much and they make them really sticky and horrible. But if you want to use eyelashes, you can. But yeah, sorry, I got stuck to my eye for a second. Yeah, I tend to just go quite heavy on the bottom lashes. You always have to be super careful when you do the bottom lashes because you don't want to get it on the bottom of your eyes and it ruins the makeup. Now to do Mikan's classic sad eyebrow look, I just use the thicker end of this eyebrow brush just to neaten out my eyebrows. I tend to try and point my eyebrows and thin them out as much as possible just because with a lot of cosplays, and for example with Mikan's character, she has very thin and specifically shaped eyebrows, so I feel like doing this gives you a good base. Next I use the Makeup Revolution eyebrow pomade in hot pink. You can use a purple colour because it will save a lot more time, but because I don't have that, I just kind of make do with this. And I tend to start at the corner of my eyebrow just because I feel like it gives it more of a sharper tone. I will miss out a little bit of a gap in the middle just to get that initial shape and the sad flick, whatever you want to call it, and then I'll fill it in afterwards. Next I go on to the other corner and do the same thing. This side I kind of messed up because it's a little bit thicker, but that's okay, we'll work with it. Just a heads up, these eyebrows make me look so sad, so for the rest of the video I will look a lot more sadder. I promise you, I am not sad. It is these eyebrows. Trust me, you'll be surprised when you do this makeup yourself and you're like, wow, I look so sad. But yeah, I pretty much just fill it out and well, as you can see, I kind of messed up the other one, but that's okay, we'll work with it. Next I take a darker shade of purple from my eyeshadow palette just to go over the pink. Again, if you have a purple eyebrow pomade or eyeball gel, it will make it so much easier for you, but this is how I do this and it saves me a bit of money, so why not? Yeah, so this also kind of helps to neaten out the shape a bit more just because it's a darker shade. I find that it makes things a little bit more neater and a little bit more refined. Okay, now that we're looking extra sad, now I go on to the blush and highlight. I use the most vibrant pink shade and the highlight just to highlight my face a lot more. I tend to use a lot more pink colours than my characters just because there's a lot of like blush and like kawaii features to them, so I tend to use more natural colours like pink, and I pretty much just go onto my cheeks and then around my face and on my jawline. You don't have to refine it too much because characters like Mikan, for example, they have very like not puffy facial features, but they're not very refined like JoJo characters, for example, so I tend not to overwork it too much. I also just put the highlight on my finger and just dab a little bit on my nose just because it kind of, I don't know, it looks quite cute. And then I try and highlight my jawbone a bit just because anime characters have super thin noses, and then I do that on my cheeks. Next I do Mikan's signature dot on her left eye, and then I fill in my lips with a light shade of pink lipstick. A lot of people would say that putting concealer on your lips is better for cosplaying anime characters, but I just feel like having a shade of like light pink just makes it look a little bit more cutesy if you're trying to go for like a more cute approach. Now that I finish off the final part of my makeup, now it's time for the most painful part, which is the eyelashes. Now the lashes have been glued down and almost got stuck to my eyeball. Now it is time to put, yeah, that's that part. Now it is time to put on the wig. So my wig isn't that neat at the minute just because I've left it in a bag for ages and ages. So it's got a couple of kinks in it, but I recommend for people who are new to cosplay and getting long wigs especially to keep them in the mesh holding that they come with and to keep them in bags at all times. And also when you first get them, before wearing them, just fabric soften them and straighten them out because it makes it look more realistic, and it also is a lifesaver at cons and it stops them getting knotted as much as possible. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope this helped out a lot. Bye!